right. So I guess how important is it for you to get out to Aiken and places like Aiken and bring the message of Clemson and show fans your appreciation for their support?
I mean, it's a part of what we do. It's a part of what makes Clemson Clemson. It's something that's gone on for years and years and years, and especially now, it's been 3 years since we've been able to do this. So it's great to be back on the road, great to get back and to be able to, have some in-person meetings. Everybody sees things, hears things with today's technology and communication, but I think still to be able to get to do this in person is great.
I understand. And how does Clemson go from sort of an off year last year to back to where they were in 2016 or 2018?
I don't think we had an off year. I think we had a great year. To win 10 games in college football is not easy, and all you got to do is look how many teams do it, and certainly consistently. I mean, it wasn't a championship year, but every year's not going to be a championship year. But I thought that team, as the season played out, I thought they did their best, and certainly, we want to win the ACC. That's where it starts for us. We want to win our division. Want to win the league. We did win a state championship. So I wouldn't say it was an off year. Maybe it wasn't a championship year, but I'm proud of that team. And but as far as getting back to winning the ACC championship, you gotta bring it every week. You got to make those critical plays in critical moments. We think about a few plays, like 2 in the NC State game, double overtime on the road. A couple plays in the Pitt game that I think could have kind of turned that around a little bit. And next thing you know, you're back in Charlotte. But we didn't make those plays. But I think that's a credit. Everybody talks about what we didn't do, and they don't give enough credit to what those other teams did. Pitt was a good football team. They had first quarterback drafted, and they won the league, and they won it. Nobody gave it to them, and NC State had a heck of a team, and they made the critical plays. So I think it's, first of all, getting healthy. We had a ton of injuries last year, so getting healthy, getting everybody available. Growing up some guys that weren't quite ready for the show last year that need to be ready, and then just making those few critical plays, and some of the guys that maybe didn't play to their level last year, improving on that. And if we can do those things, then I think we can hopefully end up in Charlotte. And if you end up in Charlotte, then anything can happen from there. But that's where it starts for us.
Jeb, were you surprised that Mario didn't get drafted? I mean, obviously he got to choose his landing spot and had a pretty significant undrafted free agent deal, but were you surprised that he didn't get selected?
A little bit, but at the end of the day, he probably came out better by not getting drafted in the 6th or 7th round. He got more money. And so, when I was coming out, there was 14 rounds or 16 rounds or whatever. And so sometimes it works out better for you. Because again, he did get to pick his situation, and then financially, he got probably 5th round money. It's all about, at the end of the day, making it, and so I think he's well positioned and will do fine. But I was a little surprised on Mario for sure. I thought that somebody would draft him. I thought he'd go 5th to 7th. I didn't think he'd go before that. But as it turned out, it worked out great for him.
Do you think that's a good landing spot for him, especially with Kayvon Wallace in that secondary as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly, Kayvon, having somebody there that can that knows him, that can kind of show him the ropes a little bit, certainly doesn't hurt. I like their coach there. Talked to him a time or two, and again, regardless of where you go in, it's all about making it and being able to try to have as much longevity as you can. And I think Mario will take full advantage of it, and they've shown that they're very invested in him. So we'll see.
Last year, had a lot of injuries at receiver. Do you feel like healthy, this receiver core could be as good as a lot of the ones you've had?
No, there's no doubt about that. I mean, and you can just write it down. Just take all these names that are on our roster right now, and look up in about 4 years, And you'll be like, well, okay, you know, in 5 years, there's so many of these guys that if they stay healthy, I mean, as we all saw with Justin, anything can happen. Now he's still there, but you know, and he's going to make it if he stays healthy. But you know, the type of talent we got, there's no question. I mean, once we get everybody here this fall, we're going to have 10 guys on scholarship, and these are very, very talented, very skilled players, all at different stages of development, and skill sets, and all that stuff. But as they go through these next 3 to 5 years, that's going to happen because they're just super talented guys. I mean, I can go right down the list on guys that I know are going to have an opportunity to play for a while. And the reason I can say that is because for 19 years I've coached receivers and I know what it looks like. So I love our group. You know, certainly last year was just insanity. But you know, you look at a guy like E.J. Williams, who had an excellent freshman year, and then last year he breaks his thumb, he hurts his knee. I mean, he just, you know, it was a tough year. He's as talented a guy as we've signed, you know, but staying healthy is going to be a big part of it. And then, you know, you look at a guy like Adam Randall showing up here. I mean, he is physically ready a guy. You look at Antonio coming in here. I can't wait to get my hands on him. Same thing with Cole. Cole's one of those guys that probably will be a 5-year guy, and at the end of the day, everybody's going to be going, holy cow, what a player this kid's turned out to be. So they're just all at different stages. You know, Ngata is a pro if he just stay available. That's unquestionable for me. Spectre, Will Taylor, Bo Collins showed up here ready, Dakari. I mean, it's just a really deep group, a talented group, and you know, they're going to do great. So we're going to have a lot more, you know, at our just disposal if we can just get them to game day.
I guess just lastly, you guys have handed out 2 offers to guys before they were juniors. Is that just special circumstances, or maybe something where you're looking to maybe increase that?
No, I've offered guys before. I mean, I've offered Deshaun Watson as a sophomore. I offered Trevor Lawrence as a sophomore. I've offered, you know, a few other kids along the way. Just, you know, it's we will do that as long as we know them. They've been to campus. We've met with them. We've been in our camp. You know, there has to be some type of where we feel confident enough in that, because again, you know, we like the older player and we want to see a little bit of development, but that's really it.
Okay.
Nothing's really changed. No